Hey everyone, Dr. Matthew Geller here. I'm here with Dr. Kennedy. So, graduating from SCCO
Yes.
out in the real world.
Yes.
How would you describe that whole process?
I mean, you grind through school. 4 years undergrad, 4-year graduate school, and then when you get out, you're finally like, wow, I made it. I'm going to be seeing my own patients. I get to live life now and kind of move into that career. I think it's important to kind of take a little bit of time really before you jump into, again, possibly a 50-year career. So really take a moment to kind of acknowledge your accomplishments, everything you've done up to that point. So I've been having to try to teach myself, I guess, okay, really take a moment to enjoy the process, see what's kind of happening, what your options are, and don't just always worry about the results.
What was the licensing process like for you? Did you have to overcome any hurdles there? Just getting your license, MPI number, all those logistics?
I think the biggest hurdle is, especially since I got licensed in 2 different states. So I'm born and raised in California, and luckily my sister, she's actually licensed in California, so it's pretty easy to kind of say, oh hey, what did you do? How do I do it? But then when you look at other states, the way that they license you or you get registered is completely different, and really kind of keeping on top of that and making sure you turned everything in early, because sometimes when you apply a little bit later, it takes a little bit more time, and then things get pretty frantic at the end of the year when you're graduating. For the most part, it was pretty straightforward. I was able to go online. If I had questions, I could call in and actually ask the boards, hey, I have a question about X, Y, and Z, can you help me? And they were very helpful actually. So I thought the process overall was very smooth for both of the states I'm licensed in.
What excites you most about practicing?
Really kind of building that patient connection. When you're in school, you might see these patients once, maybe twice if you're lucky, say a contact lens fitting. So I think when you get out into practice, you actually get to build that relationship. These are individuals that you want to see back year to year, hopefully. For me, I know I love patient care, and then obviously I love the other side as well, and making sure that's advocacy there for that.
Yeah. How are you looking at the job hunt? Not necessarily what you're doing right now, but your overall perspective on it, perhaps?
I think it presents an interesting challenge. As you know, Southern California is pretty saturated, just because we have all the schools there, and obviously bigger cities are going to have that bigger pool. It's kind of that balancing act, what do I really want out of practice, or where I want to be located. Fortunately, I grew up in more of a rural community when I was in California, so I guess you kind of have to approach it on what you truly want. Do you want to practice more full scope and see a variety of things potentially in a rural community, or do you want to come to a city and potentially just see a little bit healthier of a patient base, or depending where you can go, you can find a variety of things there too. One of the most important things for me at least is really being authentic. I think if you're authentic and you really kind of stay true to who you are and kind of follow those gut instincts, you really can't go wrong. And I feel like most people too, they know if you're not being authentic or if you are putting on that mask. So putting your best foot forward and saying, this is who I am. And I think it's really important to surround yourself with people who really inspire you and kind of drive you and push you.
Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Super insightful. And for all the 4th years about to graduate or those new graduates, good luck. You're going to crush it. Thanks.
Thank you.